Hello everybody, it's me Pierre here, and today I have an awesome video to talk about. I should have talked about this when it released, but I didn't. Well, it didn't release, but the trailer for it released, which was the Steam Frame, and honestly, I'm very happy with it, but some VR enthusiasts are not very happy with it, and a lot of people are actually quite disappointed with it, which I can only understand some of it, but not all of it. Is the Steam Frame out of date? No, I don't think it is, and plus it's a whole computer for your face, pretty much, and it's meant to be like a wireless PC VR headset. That's what they're prioritizing over actually its standalone mode, but that's besides the point. People are more disappointed about the screens and the cameras mainly, as it seems. People are not happy that it's monochrome instead of color pass-through. But there's a lot of good reasons why it's not colored pass-through, actually, because of the chipset that they chose for the headset does not do very good with stuff like that because it doesn't have the bandwidth, so it just uses monochrome instead. It uses the Snapdragon Gen 3, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, I think it was. Jesus. And it's a good CPU too. It's much more powerful than the Quest 3, for an example. But people are more mainly upset that it doesn't have micro OLED, and they also think that the resolution is too low. I disagree, and I disagree with specific YouTubers on it because I've seen them. For an example, the HP Reverb G2, which is what I am using right now. That's why you see my tracking being a little wonky. Not because of the G2, it's actually because my Vive is way over there and I'm using index controllers with my G2. I'm using the HP Reverb G2, which is 2160 by 2160 per eye. Same with the Steam Frame. It is also 2160 by 2160 per eye. And I don't know if those displays will be as colorful as the G2's, but I hope it is as colorful as the G2's screens on the for, you know, visuals and stuff. I bet it's gonna look great. Here's why. The G2 is borderline still photorealistic. The reason why I chose this world specifically, see how you guys are seeing it? See how realistic it looks in the background beside me and everything? That's what it looks like with the G2. This looks realistic to me. I actually feel like I'm standing on carpet. It is really comfy, and like, I'm just letting you know, from a G2 user to upcoming Steam Frame users, since I already have a headset with the resolution like that, I can guarantee you, and whoever has a Pico 4 as well, can guarantee and tell you that you're not going to notice a screen door effect. Someone said that you're going to notice the screen door effect. Not going to name the YouTuber, but he said that there's going to be a screen door effect. No, there will not be. I can tell you that with confidence, unless if you're looking for it. The G2 does have a screen effect, but you have to look for, you have to squint like you're about to take the fattest shit of your life if you want to notice it. And you have to stop moving your head and moving everywhere. You just hold one spot, and you have to like concentrate your eyes and really look if you want to see the screen door effect. And even then, there's just no screen door effect. Like, it doesn't even look like a screen door effect. It's not there. It's just gone. And I hope it looks like the G2's screens, because honestly, I think the G2 was underrated for a multitude of reasons. And now that we're seeing the Steam Frame using the same resolution as the G2 made me so excited, because let's be honest, index users, you guys need a bump in resolution, and the G2 is such a high resolution headset. Same with the Steam Frame that's coming out, that you're going to be super happy with that. And it's pancake lenses. It's basically a portable HP Reverb G2 with probably a bigger FOV with pancake lenses, is what it is. It's basically an HP Reverb G2 in a nutshell. And I heard it's still using the same microphone as the Valve Index, so that is even greater. So I chose this place because it looks super realistic. I can't show you guys. You guys can just see on the camera that this looks realistic as fuck, and it does, this world. And YouTube is not gonna do me any favors though with that, because it's probably gonna compress it with the bitrate and stuff. But the world looks phenomenal. The rain looks phenomenal. Everything in this world that I'm in currently looks phenomenal. Like, look at the trees. Like, it's moving and stuff, swaying. It just looks super fucking cool, especially on the camera when I keep looking back and forth at it. This is what you guys are gonna see with the Steam frame. People with the Valve Index and stuff would come to a world like this and be like, whoa. It's still really pixelated, right? With the G2, I can still read words over there and stuff. Like, it's good. It's a high enough resolution to read words from far. It's still a high enough resolution to make everything super sharp and beautiful looking and everything. And sure, I might be getting a big screen Beyond 2 in the future, but that's not because I want a resolution bump. It's actually purely because I want an actual proper base station headset, and I also want OLED. And that gives me both of those. And since it's such a high resolution too, I guess I wouldn't lose visual quality either. I might lose brightness though. I heard that the big screen Beyond 2 is pretty dim, but I think I could get used to that. But yeah, I'm gonna be switching to that. But that's besides the point. I won't be getting the Steam frame because it's not meant for me. I don't do wireless VR. I like to have a straight up DisplayPort connection, and honestly, I don't think it's even targeted toward me. It's more targeted to my friends like Evie and my brother Zach. The one that plays Afton, by the way. So VR Zach, or Zach is back. It's more for them because they have Quest 3s, and I honestly think this would be a big upgrade from the Quest 3. I think because you get not just that. If you want to play standalone, it's a standalone headset too, right? So if you don't want to pay so much for a PC, you could just play it standalone. It's a Linux computer. So you could technically play full fat PC VR chat on that headset, which would be better than what the Quest has, because the Quest version of VR chat kind of is not great. Unless if you overclock your Quest, and I guess you could get good frame rate that way, but that's besides the point. That's not what I'm trying to talk about here. I think people are wrong about the Steam frame, because there's a lot of people that are upset purely based on resolution and what type of screen it is. I think an LCD is fine. No, don't get me wrong, I do actually wish it was micro OLED too, but then it would have been so expensive, so you see why Valve didn't do it. So I can defend Valve there, why they didn't choose to make a micro OLED display with it. But it would have been nice to be OLED, I will admit that. I'm an OLED fan. But even I sometimes be like, yeah, sometimes I can live without the OLED sometimes. For an example, the G2, like the colors for an LCD are really good for this type of headset, which I'm impressed. So again, I'll repeat myself. G2 owners, if you want a wireless option to your G2, get the Steam frame. It's basically a G2 but wireless. And as for Valve Index owners, I actually do recommend it to you guys if you don't mind getting rid of the base stations, because I know that was a big thing people are upset about. I understand it's not base station tracked. That it was upsetting for me too, but if you don't care about full body tracking, I mean, you can use ultimate trackers with it, like the Vive ultimate trackers, which are self-tracked. You could just use that, but then again, you have to buy new trackers then at that point if you do have full body tracking with the Index. But if you don't have all that or at all, just sell your Index and get yourself the Steam frame, because it would be a big upgrade over the Index. It wouldn't be much of an upgrade to the G2 because the G2 is already that resolution, but I guess it would be an upgrade in wireless if you wanted wireless option of the G2 and better controllers than what the G2 has. I can understand that. Then yeah, G2 owners would love it, and I even think Quest 3 owners would love this headset. Sure, you're seeing black and white and pass through, and sure, it's not OLED, but other than that, and sure, you can't use our base stations unless if you do what I did, which is use PlaySpace to get the Index controllers working with the G2. You can do that, but then again, the tracking is good, but only if you stand in one area, because if you walk too far away from your PlaySpace, your controllers will shift off and be out misaligned, and that's the problem with combining a self-tracked headset with inside-out tracking from base stations. So outside-in tracking with inside-out, it mixes well, but only if you stand in one spot like I am. I always stand in one spot during all my VR chat videos and all the time I'm playing VR because I have to with Index controllers and a G2, unfortunately. I can turn all the way around. I can turn and stuff. I just can't move too far away from the middle area, or my hands become too on the line, and it's unfortunate. Unless maybe I could put a base, not a base station, a full body tracker on the headset, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait till I get the big screen beyond, but that's besides the point. Anyway, let me know in the comments below if you're excited for the Steam Frame. I'm quite upset with people that are upset with the Steam Frame. I actually think it's ridiculous, a lot of people being upset with it. It actually makes me sad because I think it's a good headset, and people are saying it's out of date, but I disagree. I don't think it's out of date. I think it's beautiful. I think it's a good headset, and I think it's going to stand up pretty well against the competition because what it's offering. And I'll say it again, 2160 by 2160 per eye, which is 4K combined, meaning 2K per eye, so it is technically a 4K headset. It's still a high resolution and good enough, and let's be honest, if it was a higher resolution, it probably wouldn't run on many PCs very well, if it was any higher than that. Anyway, if it was good enough for the G2, it's good enough for the Steam Frame, and honestly, it's good enough for me, and that's coming from a visual fanatic. I'm a visual guy, so I'm just letting you know, it's a good enough resolution, and I think it's great. And with the what did they call it? Streamline, the streaming thing, the foveated streaming, I think is going to help it by a lot as well. Make it super clear, well wireless. So, and it has its own dongle for it, so it's even better. It'll be better than the Quest 3 wireless, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, if you have a Quest 2, Quest 3, Quest 3S, G2, HP Reverb G2, or the Valve Index, I think this headset would be a big upgrade for you guys. If you are a G2 owner though, that wants better controllers and wireless though, only if, unless if you're like me and just use the Index controllers of the G2. But yeah, I won't be getting it. My brother's gonna be getting it, and possibly my other friends will be getting it as well, because it's just such a good package deal. I'll be honest, it's not bad. But yeah, if you guys like this video, hit that like. If dislike, hit that dislike. Also, don't forget to ring that bell icon so you don't miss any more content, and hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. This is Pyrrhus. Stay cool, and let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the Steam Frame, and if you're going to be picking it up as well. Yeah, and I'll talk to you guys later. Stay the fuck out of my fridge. Bye-bye.